Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, we are continuing a topic from towards green energy, that is power plant based on nuclear energy. As we have already discussed that depending upon which type of energy source you are using, you are naming the particular electricity generating plant, right? So here the power plant is based on nuclear energy, so it is called as nuclear power plant. In the power plant which is based on nuclear energy, steam turbine is used to rotate the generator. Okay, we have seen this how steam turbine works. So in this particular power plant also we are using steam turbine to rotate the generator. However, here the energy released by fission means break or to break down something. Okay, by fission of nuclei, that is nucleus of atoms. Nuclei is plural for nucleus. Okay, if there is more than one nucleus. So by the fission of nuclei of atoms like uranium or plutonium is used to generate the steam of high temperature and high pressure. Correct? In the previous power plants, what we did is we used chemical energy of coal to generate steam. Here we are using energy which is released by fission of nuclei of atoms like uranium and plutonium. Now with this, the generation of high temperature and high pressure steam takes place. So the energy in the steam rotates the turbine, which in turn drives the generator producing electricity. Thus, here nuclear energy is converted into thermal energy. Then thermal energy is converted into kinetic energy of steam. Kinetic energy of steam is converted into kinetic energy of turbine. And finally, the kinetic energy of the turbine is converted into electrical energy. So we know nuclear energy to thermal, that is heat. Then this heat heats up the water, becomes kinetic energy of steam. Then this kinetic energy of steam moves the turbine, so it becomes kinetic energy of the turbine. And then finally, because the kinetic energy of turbine is there, it rotates the generator and generates electric energy. Followed, students? Here you can see how this power plant will look like. For every power plant you will have such flow charts, okay, showing schematic diagram and energy transformation. So first, in the nuclear power plant, the nuclear reactor for the nuclear fission, wherein the fuel will be uranium or plutonium, right? Then there will be a system which will lead to the steam generation from water, because you are taking fuel and then in the nuclear reactor nuclear fission is taking place. So there is a lot of heat which is generated in the nuclear fission reactor. Okay. So this system of steam generation from water will allow the steam turbine to rotate because of the steam. Then whatever water was used to produce steam, it will be converted back again into water. It will be sent to the boiler again, which we have already seen in previous power plants. Since here also we are using steam, the method remains the same. Then the generator will generate or convert the steam energy, the kinetic energy of the turbine, into electrical energy. That is how electrical energy is formed. Now if we see how energy is transformed, as I already told you, that nuclear energy will be converted into thermal energy because water is heated up. Then once it is heated up, it becomes steam. So in any gas, the molecules will have a lot of kinetic energy because they are constantly moving. So the kinetic energy will be there in the steam. This energy would be used up to rotate the turbine. So the kinetic energy is now given to the turbine, and thus ultimately the generator produces electrical energy. Followed, students? See here, this particular diagram which is shown, it shows nuclear fission. Okay, this is also called as chain reaction. Correct? We are going to see what happens. I'll just explain you the process. You pay attention to the diagram, what is happening. When neutron is bombarded on atom of uranium, see, uranium is already having 235, that is the weight. Okay, so when neutron is bombarded on an atom of uranium 235, it will absorb the neutron and it converts its isotope into its isotope, that is uranium 236, the dark purple colored one you can see. Now it is having atomic mass of 236 because one neutron is added to it. So uranium 236 being extremely unstable, because now its nucleus has more neutrons, so it becomes very unstable. So it converts into atoms of barium and krypton. We have studied this in the previous class, right? How nucleus becomes unstable and how nuclear fission takes place. So this one atom of uranium will get converted into two atoms of different elements. One will be barium, the pink colored one. Can you see? 56 and 144, right? 141, sorry. And krypton, correct? So two different atoms are formed through a process of fission. Fission means breaking down, releasing 3 neutrons. Means once these two atoms are formed, barium and krypton, 3 neutrons are released. These 3 neutrons will have some energy, that is 200 milli electron volts. Okay. So these 3 neutrons generated in the process causes fission of 3 other uranium 235 atoms, releasing more energy. Followed, the first step will take place again. So the neutrons which are released in this reaction release more energy through fission of uranium 235 atoms, continues and is called the chain reaction. So first, neutron attacks on uranium 235, converts it into uranium 236. This uranium 236 has a very unstable nucleus which breaks and forms two different atoms, that is barium and krypton. During this process, it releases 3 neutrons which will again do the same process by attacking 3 different uranium 235 atoms. Since this reaction continues, it is called as a chain reaction. In nuclear power plants, a controlled chain reaction results in release of thermal energy, which is used for electric energy generation. So whatever this nuclear energy, right? what is shown in the diagram is nuclear energy, which will get converted into thermal energy, because once the fission takes place, it is basically heat which will be released. Now here you can see the schematic of nuclear power plant. Correct? It does not use a fossil fuel like coal, which was a problem in the previous power plant. Therefore, the problem of air pollution will not arise. And also, if sufficient nuclear fuel is available, this can be a good source of electrical energy. Now, of course, there are certain problems associated with nuclear power generation also. Here, the schematic is exactly similar to that of the power plant which was using coals. The only difference is here you have the reactor control rods because you are using nuclear energy. Followed, rest everything remains the same. Now, what are the problems associated with this? The products after fission of nuclear fuel are also radioactive, right? Because these are all radioactive elements. They are having quite unstable nucleus and emit harmful radiations. The products are called as nuclear waste. How to dispose the nuclear waste safely is a big challenge for us. Followed? That is why this is also one potential problem which we need to address. Also, an accident in nuclear power plant can be very fatal, and it is because that the accident may result in release of very harmful gases. So these are the problems associated with nuclear power plants. But which problem is solved? The first one, because it is not using fossil fuel coal. So there is no air pollution, and if sufficient nuclear fuel is available, it can be a very good source of electrical energy. I hope everything is clear to you. In the next video, we will see the next power plant, next type of power plant. Okay. Thank you, students, for watching the video.